everything.
What's going on, guys? It's Zeus here, and I just wanted to cover the new balance changes that are coming. They're coming in 2 days if you're watching this video on the 18th. They come out on the 20th, so I believe that's Thursday this week. And what these are is these are kind of like buffs or nerfs to the game that are going to make it more fair, I guess, to players. Now, the first one that they are adding is the Giants' hit points are decreased by 5%. Now, think about it. 5%, you're like, wow, that's not very much. But if you look at the health of a Giant, we'll go ahead and check it out. This is a level 6 Giant. It has 3,200 hit points. Now, you're like, oh, 5%, that's not going to be very much. Think about it. 50% of this is what? 1,600? Now, if you take another 25% of that, that's 800. Divide that by 5, and it's going to be close to about 100 to 150 health hit points. And I know personally that when I've had a Giant in my base with not much health left, it can still get 1 to 2 swings off, which is about like 2 to 300 damage. And 5% is definitely something that needed to be taken off, in my opinion. The Giant has so many hit points, and it's only 5 elixir. And the damage actually is pretty good from it. Now, they're kind of taking a hit at Goizen in this update, this balance changes, only because they are targeting the Giant as well as they're targeting the Poison. Now, the Poison will no longer slow movement and attack speed. Now, if you guys didn't know, when you drop a Poison on a troop, it actually slows it down. If you guys know Clash of Clans and you drop it on a queen or a king, it actually slows the troop down. Or you drop it on the clan castle, you see that they slow down in their tracks. The best example is a balloon. People used to poison the balloon. It'd slow down and it wouldn't make it out the other side of the poison. Now in Clash Royale, this is huge because the troop, like the way the troop runs is only in one direction. And so when you put that poison down, they have to run through the entire thing or they're going to stay in it. And without it slowing down their movements and attack speeds, this is going to make the poison less effective, I guess you could say. The troop won't get damaged as much because it's going to get through it faster. This was definitely something that I think needed to be put into the game. I've had people complain about the poison before on my channel. They asked if I thought it was too OP. I said that I wasn't sure. I hadn't really used the poison. However, I did try the Goizen deck. It's pretty insane. It's hard to lose if you know what you're doing. The next thing that is getting a kind of like a nerf or buff is the Elixir Collector. It's actually going to be increased to 6. Now, I don't like this personally, only because if you play the Elixir Collector right off the rip, 6 Elixir is a lot. It's like dropping down a Sparky. You're only going to have 4, maybe 5 Elixir. And from last night, I did a hog with a freeze, and if you put the hog down and you only have about 5 elixir, the most you could play is like a barbarian. You drop that freeze spell and you literally get about 1,000 hit points off of that tower. Now, I know personally I run the Elixir Collector on almost every single one of my decks, but they are increasing the elixir gain to 8 from 7. Now, they're kind of making it a little harder to pump up in the game. It was 5 to 7. They're making it 6 to 8. It's just more of an investment, but you're gonna get the same out. And the lifetime is increased by 10 seconds. Now, this is good. It means you can get more pumps out. I know personally, usually I'll get about 2 pumps out. The one will just about to die when I have one that's about 3/4 health, and then I put another one. This is definitely going to help, though, get more pumps out so you can get more elixir going. Is it something that I think needed to be put in the game? No. Is it going to make it a little harder to get elixir collectors down? Yes. But, you know, if they think that's what they need, then so be it. All right, the next one, the log. The log rolls faster now and further. And they're actually increasing the damage by 9%. Now, I know personally, I have a level 2 log. It's my only level 2 legendary. And I think the log is great. It pushes back princes, Sparkies. It pushes back anything. Unfortunately, it doesn't hit air. Not that it should, because, I mean, a log shouldn't hit a troop that's flying in the air. I know I've heard people try and say that they flick it up in the air so that it hits a dragon or something. It's pretty funny. Um, the damage I believe does need to be increased. I think at level 2 it does about 109 or something damage to a crown tower, which isn't a lot. It's a good chunk. It does kill basically any level goblin, any level spear goblin, skeleton. It kills a princess, which is great. I've logged many princesses and got more than just that out of it. Because if you log the princess when it's by the tower, you're hitting the princess, the tower. Maybe they threw something in front of that. You reset the charge on the Sparky. It's great. The next one that they're going to be hitting is the skeleton army. The skeleton army is going to be decreased to 3 from 4 elixir. I personally do not like the skeleton spell, only because it's so weak. You can throw down 1 zap and kill all the skeletons for a 2 elixir trade from a 3, or you can trade arrows for this, and now it'll be an even trade. It's definitely a little bit more like thinking that you could use it, I guess. I don't know how to explain that, because it was 4 and you could zap it for 2. Now that it's only 3, I guess maybe you can get it out faster. It's more effective. They are decreasing the skeletons from 21 to 16, and they are increasing the skeleton level by 5. Now I'm not sure what they mean by that, because commons only go up to 13 in this game, so I'm not sure how they're gonna get that like balanced, because I wouldn't want to see a level 18 skeleton. Not that they're very effective, but that's a lot of little skeletons that you have to deal with. The next one that they are targeting is the Ice Golem. The Ice Golem, I realized, didn't hit flying troops when I had it explode over a trifecta air deck. I was a little disturbed by that, only because if a big explosion of ice goes off, why isn't it hitting the troop above it? And they are increasing the death damage, and they are adding so that it hits flying troops. This is definitely something they need to add. It'll slow down the minions that it explodes from under, and it's great. And the last one that they're going to be hitting in this update is the Golem. The Golem's death damage is also going to damage flying troops. Now this is good, because if you have a Golem and someone plays an Inferno Dragon or a Baby Dragon, when it explodes, it's actually going to damage the troop above it. And then when the mini Golems or the Golemites explode, it's also going to damage the troop. So basically it's going to it'll probably get maybe a Baby Dragon down to like 1/3 health, and maybe an Inferno Dragon down to like a 1/4 health. Now this is good because people who use the Golem, it's a large investment, and unless you can get it to the tower, there's not much. You basically wasted 8 elixir. I mean, it tanks, but it's not a troop that does an increasingly amount of damage. It only does most of its damage from when it explodes. And so this is the balance changes coming to Clash Royale. I just wanted to go over them in case any of you guys weren't sure like what any of them were, or if you wanted my opinion on it. I definitely think balance changes are good. They are what keep a game in order. And so coming this Thursday, you will see that there's probably going to be a little maintenance break that comes out with these changes. And I will be going over the new balance changes on Thursday. I'll see if I think they messed up on any of them, or if any of them are better. So if you guys enjoyed, hit that like button. Definitely subscribe to the channel and comment if you guys think these are good, if they're bad, what troops you think should be updated or balanced or nerfed. And I will catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.